Hello everyone and welcome back to another PHP programming tutorial. So in this video we are going to see how we can upload files to the site, for example loading a logo. And for this I inserted a logo variable into var so that we could update it later on, and updated the script to include, so that when we execute it we include the logo variable there. And what are we going to do now is something simple. We will go to the admin, we'll go to vars first, and let's add a setting for the logo. As you can see here, we are going to say site logo, there you go, and the value of this variable is going to be logo. Okay, very straightforward, so that we could, get the logo variable that we just created from the database. And in the administrator, if we go to settings, where is this settings? Yes. So we are reading these variables, and basically we will get the logo and we will get logo here. Okay, looks fine. And we go to the rendering part. Where is the rendering part? Okay, the rendering part, this is the setting page. And what do we have? We are rendering the site, the CSS, the title, the CSS, and the email. And we are gonna do something similar here. So instead of this, this is gonna be logo, and this is gonna be type logo, and I will ignore the value for now. We will see later why is that, but we will say here type equals file. Okay, and not only that, actually for this one we could also, I think there's type equal email, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so let's go to the administrator setting page and refresh it. Okay, so here, we can actually choose a file now, right? But that doesn't mean things will work smoothly. Okay, we need to, well, find something. Experiment first. PHP, not PHP, public domain PNG. Okay, so public domain PNG. Okay, enter. Free clip art, public domain vectors, and public domain PNG files. Okay, we will use something in here, whatever. Let's assume that this guy over here, this guy could be a PNG. Continue with email. Oh, they want a login. Come on, I want something totally free just for the tutorial. And a public domain pictures. Okay, so we could use, well, maybe this bird. Okay, I think this one's a little bit too big, but whatever. I'll say save image as. Let's go to the desktop, and yeah, that's it. Save it. So we have this one here, which is the bird. Now, we can actually go to the desktop and select it, and we can update things in here. You can see now for the email field, it requires us to enter an email, a@p.cc.com. And now I say update. It is gonna work, but we will not receive the file itself. Now, how do you receive a file? How do you receive a file using PHP? Well, first we need to update the form itself. We need to tell the browser that this one's gonna send a file. To do this, there is something called, I think, enc type equals multi-part form data. There you go. And what this is gonna tell the browser is that you are not only sending these files, we are sending these values like, for example, title, CSS, and email, but rather you will be also sending a file, okay? You'll be uploading files, if that makes sense. So this is the first part. Let's save. Now, on the other hand, if we want to go to this part, okay, here we are actually getting the values using post. Now, the files are not received via post. The files are received using file, I think, data structure, if I'm not mistaken. I think it is a file data structure. Okay, so yeah, so let's try that. I'm going to add a breakpoint here, so I'm gonna say f equals files. As you can see, it's already defined in here, and I'm gonna say file semicolon, semicolon. And the reason I am doing it like this, I'm not updating anything. I'm just putting a breakpoint, and now I'm gonna trace and see what happens. Okay, I want to show you what will be passed. I call the parameter file. No, it's logo. I'm very sorry. It's logo, right? Because yeah. So let's go to this one, and let me choose this one, bird vintage, blah blah blah, and press update. Now we reach to this point, and I press F10, and now let me see what the value of F is, right? So I'm gonna select this one and add to watch, and there is nothing in there, right? Did I do it right? Did I do it right? Okay, let me add this one. Add to watch the files array, and it didn't work, right? So obviously I am forgetting something. So let me go to go here and php.net. Let's search for this one, files. Okay, so here files, and this is the file HTTP file upload variables. Associative array of items uploaded to the current JavaScript via HTTP post method. The structure of this array is outlined in the post method. Okay. And okay, so it seems to be right. Okay. Documentation, blah blah blah. So let me see, what do we have? Input type hidden, max file value, blah blah blah. Input type file name pictures, accept image, blah blah blah. Result. Never mind this. No. Files, dump key data. Okay, this is different. This is different. Okay. $sign file upload. Incoming files. So here it is getting the array, and we are receiving the array empty. So this means we are doing something wrong. Okay, and what is being wrong basically is in here. So let me check the form itself. Probably I'm doing something wrong in the form itself. So method post. Oh, okay. Where's the multi-part form? No multi-part form. What? Did I forget to do it? I think this is why. So let's go back to our settings page. ENC type. When the value of method, MIME type, country application, URL, multi-part, the data used input element with type attribute set to file. There you go. Okay, so I already did this. This looks accurate. Super weird. Okay, so let me maybe refresh the page in here. Okay, and the form. Okay, this is the reason. It seems that I forgot to refresh the page, and this is why I didn't get anything. Okay, so now it is going to work. Very sorry about that. Anyway, so let's go and select this one. Let me go back to the admin page, and the breakpoint is there, and let's start listening. And now I selected the file. Let me select this again just to show you. And now I'll hit update. So I press F10, and now check this out. So I got the files, and we have an array of 6 elements. What do we have in here? Check this out. This is awesome. Okay, so we have okay, we don't need these. Okay, we have the name of property. This represents the name of the file. We have the full path. Okay, and we have the type of the file and the temp name. So what this means is the following. The file is being stored into this path, and if it is an image file, we need to move it to a directory in our site. Okay, so we have temp name, and we have the file name property. Does that make sense? So let's use this information to our advantage. Okay, so first thing first, we need to create a directory to store the logo itself. Okay, so we have here CSS, images, and pages, blah blah blah. In addition to admin CSS and JavaScript and Vue files, we are going to add a folder to store images. So here we have images. Okay, so this is the images folder. Okay, so here maybe I should have written the fields of the files array. Okay, but anyway, let me debug this again, because I forget things quickly. So resubmit things. Okay, there you go. And press F10 one time. There you go. There, and we now have the values. Now we are going to do the following. Check that the file has been uploaded. Now, how do you check the file is uploaded? I'm gonna say if first is set files of logo. Okay, so if files of logo is being set, in that case now if I will do this, I will get this one from the array to make my life a little bit easier. Now if f of name or actually error. Let me check a number of things. If error equals 0, then a file is being uploaded, right? Because we uploaded the file and we are getting a 0 in here. So this seems like a good point to start. So now we can actually upload the file, we receive the file on the server at this point, and we want to move it to the images directory. Okay, so I'm gonna say, I think there should be something like file move, or move file. Okay, so move uploaded file. Okay, so we are going to move an uploaded file from, we have f of what? TMP name. Okay, so we're gonna move the file from this path into, well, this is gonna be CMS, right? And then we will get into the what was the directory? Well, I think we should use relative paths in here, right? So let me dir. Okay, so the current directory of this page, followed by going up one level. This goes back to the out of control, and we should go to pages, and we go to images, and we could then write the name of the file as it is, but I will rather convert this to logo.png regardless of the name of the file. Yeah, okay, so I move the file into this directory. You know what, let me store the file name as it is, right? Let me store the file name as it is. So the file name is stored, in the debug, is stored in name. So basically this is gonna be f of name, right? So f of name, and I suppose that's it. And finally, I just need to set the variable for the logo. So this is gonna be site logo, and this is gonna be the name of the file to be stored. Okay, so that will be it. So I'm going to stop this and run a debug again to see how the code works. Okay, sorry, this is usually how I do things that I'm not used to. I debug things and check what the variables are and work on them. So let me go back, and I will choose the file again and hit update. So let's go to our work. So F10, and now we are going to check if the logo array the logo file array exists. It does. So we are gonna fill F with the value, as you can see here, and we will check if the error is 0, so there is no error. So I'm gonna move this one, as you can see, from TMP name, from the temporary to the new path. So I press here, and the file should now be moved to the correct location, and then I will update the logo value, if that makes sense, and that's it. So let's go back to our directory, and if we open images, you will see that the file is here. The file has been uploaded successfully. Very straightforward, right? It just took me a little bit of time because I don't know what the fields are, but it is very easy. So we are just, we just do two things basically. In the form, we tell the browser that this is a multi-part form data, as you can see here, and the field is of type file. This will allow the browser to upload the file to us. And in the PHP part, we are going to check the files array, not the post, but the files array, which will contain our file. And this one will have a number of fields, as you have seen a moment ago. It has the temporary file name, it has the actual file name, and an indication if an error while upload happened. Okay, so one last thing I want to check actually, and that is what happens if we want to ignore the file field, right? So I have these, but I didn't set anything in here. I'll just say update it and let's see what happens. So I press F10, and now what is this one? You can see here what? There is no name, there is no full path, there is no type, and so on. But we are getting an error code because nothing was uploaded. And since there is an error, this part will not get executed, so there is no problem there. Everything works perfectly fine. Okay? Now, since that works, we just need to add something here, an indication what the current image is. So below this one, we are going to preview the current logo. And to do that, let's go to the settings rendering page right here. And below this, we are going to do the following, and this is gonna be a TD, no problem. And here we will just do this img, okay, and this is gonna be URL, I think. No, not URL, src, right here, src equal /cms/view, not a view, I think, give me a second please, let me see. So pages, what is it? It is pages images, there you go. So pages /images/ and then the name of the file, site logo. Okay, I think this should be it. So let's go back to our page and just refresh. Wow, and we are already viewing this image. It's a little bit too big, so I just need to, size it a little bit, make it smaller. So style, width 2 centimeters, height 2 centimeters. Okay, something like this. And yeah, what am I doing wrong in here? Okay, so obviously I'm doing something wrong. Oh, sorry, misplaced the double quotation. Okay, now let's refresh again. Okay, that's it. Maybe make it 5 centimeters by 5 centimeters. Okay, and we refresh, and that's it. Very straightforward. Actually, we could even get rid of the second one, and it should have the correct aspect ratio. Okay, so now we can also change this one. So let's go to another public domain PNG file, and okay, public domain icons, whatever. Anyway, so maybe will this do? Yeah, let's go with this one, and this is save image as. This is gonna be skull, for example, and what also we want here? Yeah, maybe go with something else, like for example this image, save image as, yeah, desktop. Okay, so we have these. Now all I have to do just to demonstrate that this is working perfectly is just, change this one to the devil and update, go and manage settings. You can see now this one. Let me change this one again. Sorry. Choose another image. Let's go to the skulls you can see here and update again. Manage the settings, that's fine. And let me go back to the bird and update and manage settings. There you are. Very straightforward. Okay, so now we have the logo in here, but we need to render the logo on the main site. So how do we do that? So let's go to our code here. We want to do what? We want to go to the logic of the view and go to the very beginning. This is it. And here we will get site logo and load it from the database. Okay, so we just loaded this one from the database. Very straightforward stuff. And now we just need to render that where? In the header. Right, so let's go to the views. This is the header. And the way we want to render this is first we check if the logo variable is not empty. Okay, so I'm gonna say in here let's add a little bit of PHP. I'm going to say if site logo doesn't equal empty string. In that case, I want to render some HTML. PHP, there you go. Very straightforward stuff. Now, so let's add our thing in here. And this is gonna be img src equals slash cms slash pages slash images and slash equals site logo. There you go. And we are going to say style equals width maybe 2.5 centimeters, something like this, and we close this tag. It's very straightforward. Let's go to the site itself and refresh. We have this one here. Now the problem with this one's well, we don't want it to push the header like that, so maybe we need to change a few things in the CSS. Okay, so what trick did we do in the footer? I think the same trick should work for the for the header. So this one, what? Position fixed. Okay, position. Okay, so we have this one and this one. Maybe we need something like this. Let's go to the header, and we are going to say, sorry, we are going to put these in here. So the position of the image will be fixed and top something like this. And let's refresh. Okay, so now you can see this one's being fixed in here, and we can actually even make this a little bit smaller, so 1.5 centimeters. That will be much better. So we can actually now go to the administrator and change this one to a skull and update. And now go to the site and refresh, and what do we have? We have a totally different logo. Let's go this one and manage settings again, choose and go back to the bird and update, and go and refresh the page, and you will see our new logo. Yeah, so it's very straightforward. Okay, I think most of the time I wasted was on figuring out the fields and the upload array, and that bug, or not bug, and also because I thought there was a bug because I didn't refresh the page. My mistake. Yeah, so let us do one last thing, update our progress basically. So in the to-do part, we added this one. Okay, so we added this one here, and let's go to the progress and enter, and this is 21. File upload and changing logo, and we save this one. Let's see. Okay, so before I commit changes, I want to show you something here. You can see that this file, okay, which is stored in pages images, this is not part of the project. It's just a file that we uploaded, and we have this one and we have this one, right? So I need to ignore these files, right? So right click on this one. You can see there is this add to .git ignore. It tells Git not to make this part of the project, if that makes sense. Okay, so I'm gonna say I'm gonna ignore star.star, and we are going to save this. Okay, so you can see all the image files disappeared from the list of changed list. Okay, so now whenever we upload images, they will not be included while we are developing. These images will not be included as part of our project. Okay, that's the important thing. So let us paste this here, upload file and changing logo. We have done this one. We just commit, and that is all. Okay, so thank you for watching, and hopefully I will see you tomorrow. Bye bye.